Hey YouTube, good morning. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. I'm back with you with a two-parter. This was against a buddy of mine called Problete, and yeah, we've been playing for probably a year now, and yeah, we had a couple games, and this one was really cool. I know when I look at the statistics of my videos, usually the Wood Elves games nobody likes to watch. I usually get the less views whenever I do Wood Elves for some reason, but hey, I figured I'd give the Knife Ear some love. I promised you guys some Dark Elf games. I have 3 of them saved, which I'll be bringing. But yeah, this is just a bonus one. We'll just call this a bonus, early morning Wood Elf, for the small minority of you guys that like it. So, jumping into the builds, guys, we have the Mighty Durthu. And for his spells, I just took the Curse of Anhir, which is the one that will lower melee attack. Also, I have all his abilities, such as the Sword of Durthu, the one that it's like an area of effect DPS spell. And yeah, what's really good about him is he's an immobile tank, and he has magic damage, which will come in handy against like Hex Race and things like that. For my front line, guys, you can see I just went Dryads. I had the Winter Heart Guard in the middle, the Unbreakable. They're going to be just holding things in place. And I like Dryads in this matchup just for their magic damage. And they also have a 20% physical resistance, which could come in handy. 2 units of Eternal Guards here on each flank. And in the back, guys, you can see I have a unit of Loix Tricksters. They are hidden in the trees, and you can see they're going to be screening out these Hex Rays, which I did not know they were there. I just had a suspicion. For my back line, I have 2 units of War Dancers, and the reason I took these guys is because what do vampires always do in this matchup? They put zombies right on top of your archers. So I figured having some War Dancers back here could just clean through the shaft units like that, which will allow my archers to open up. And speaking of archers, you can see I also have 2 units of Deepwood Scouts, and these are the Shift Swiver. I can never say that. Swift Silver Shards, the magic ones, and yeah, these are just to focus down magic units. So if it had been a Mortis Engine, if it be Hex Rays, Banshees, whatever, these guys will destroy it with their magic damage. We have 1 unit of Way Watchers, and these guys, you always want to take at least 1 unit because these guys are going to deal with Blood Knights. And then we have the Firebark Elders, and the reason I took them, guys, is for their fire and magic damage. Fire will hurt regeneration units. And you can see I'm using him to block this choke point, so if my enemy tried to get around, I could protect my back line. So as for Probate here, he did take Vladvar Karstein on foot, which is a very interesting pick. Being on foot, just like in my previous game, he's not going to be susceptible to getting sniped very easy, and Vlad is just a tank, period. It has regeneration, I do believe. He has damage resistance, and yeah, he's just really powerful. You can see for his spells, he just took the healing and the zombie summon. For his front line, he has the Tithe, and then just a couple zombies, and then he has a whole line of just Grave Guards, one being the Sternsman, and these are just the Sword and Shield variant. So yeah, really expecting some archer play. 2 units of Blood Knights in the back, and looks like we have some Hex Rays here in Deep Vanguard, which I didn't know about. So when the game started, I moved my Loix Tricksters right here into the woods, because I figured he had to be coming from one of these Vanguard options. You can see I'm moving my War Dancers there too. Because when you look at this right here, I was like, surely that's not enough points to be a vampire army. So, yeah, I think this was a little bit of a psychological thing for him, because you can see he's not really, being aggressive with these units. So, right now I'm thinking, maybe I was expecting the Dust Setters, the Crypt Gold Regiment of Renown. But, yeah, they'll come into effect here shortly. So I kind of wait. I don't see anything. I'm going to go ahead and bring my War Dancers back into position once the army starts getting a little bit closer. So we're going to, just fast forward it here till we get the game started. You can see he's going around the side, the right flank there for his Blood Knights. And, okay. So now I am going to move my Loix Tricksters. I did not see these guys here, as you can see. So, yeah, I'm going to move these guys right here. I figured I'd be able to protect the Blood Knights and keep them from getting into my back line. You can see that Vladvar Karstein's taking a couple hits. He does not have a shield chance. But, yeah, our front lines are getting ready to collide. And the zombie units are just going to get destroyed, obviously, by the Dark Elves. And, yeah, and right now I have an adequate, defensive line right here with these Firebark Elders and the Loix Tricksters. So those Blood Knights aren't really going to be that big of a threat to me. Over here you can see that Vlad was able to get some Skeleton Warriors around the back. And I honestly don't know where these guys came from. I didn't know Vlad could summon skeletons. But we have the War Dancers, and this is what they excel at, guys. They'll be able to chew through them, within seconds. You can see that I am going to get the Curse of Anhir off. I'm just trying to give the Winterheart Guard a good chance. And you can see Durthu is going to be mixed in. And yeah, we're just going to be crushing those guys. Over here you can see that my opponent is trying to get his Blood Knights in for a charge. My Way Watchers are getting some really good hits, though, and you can see that the Loix Tricksters are coming in, but yeah, he's just a lot faster than me. He's going to get a really good, juicy charge here into the back of my War Dancers, which is really unfortunate, but yeah. So now the trap has been sprung, guys. You can see the Hex Rates are coming out of the woods, which is really unfortunate. Over here, the Blood Knights are fighting the Firebark Elders, but yeah, I mean, their job is just to hold things in place. They're not necessarily going to, be able to kill them. And over here, guys, you can see these Tricksters are just really trying to chase these guys down. And the Way Watcher's been doing a lot of damage, but yeah, I'm going to see these Hex Raves, and this is going to really open me up. So I'm going to send my Tricksters here to intercept these guys, and I'm going to put these guys on their skirmish mode to start trying to run away. And a good thing about these deep wood scouts is their magic damage will bypass any of the physical resistance of those guys. Let's go ahead and slow it down here for a second so I can show you guys what's going on. So yeah, right here you can see that Vlad is fighting all by himself. The skeleton warriors that he summoned just melted because of the war dancers, and we're surprisingly doing a lot of damage to him. Problate's being really good about getting some rear charges into my units, but yeah, those Way Watchers have melted these units of Blood Knights down so quick, and you can see, my units are just holding up so much of his money, which is, really good for me. Same with the Winterheart Guard, holding up the Stearnsman, and this is another unit of the Tithe. Durthu will eventually have to be pulled in the back to assist with that front line. Over here, these Grave Guards are going to beat these Dryads, but yeah, all across the front line, guys, you can see we are holding. This is allowing these Deepwood Scouts to shoot into these guys, and look how much damage the magic damage is doing on these guys. So let's go ahead and speed it back up here. Yeah, that's just one volley. Takes these guys down to half health, almost a quarter health, and they're instantly almost going to, shatter. Over here, guys, the Firebarks are doing really good considering they're fighting something that does have anti-large. And yeah, I mean, those guys are just really good at holding. They're a lot like Lamprey's Revenge, the crabs on the Vampire Coast. Over here, you can see Durthu is going to be coming for some blood, and I'm going to use the Sword of Durthu over here that was just doing a little bit of damage. You can see it right there. It's the Curse of Anna here, excuse me, which is just lowering the melee attack. I just need that big glob there to hold. Don't want those guys getting through. Over here, guys, you can see the Way Watchers are starting to open up on these Blood Knights, and I do have some low Tricksters coming to assist. My opponent is circling, though. He's like a vulture. You can see that he is circling around trying to try to find an opening. But as long as the front line holds, guys, I'm doing a really good job of chewing through the back line. Over here, Durthu is having a one-on-one duel with Vladvar Karstein, who is trying to pull away, but I'm going to get a nice sword swipe on him. It's going to knock him down. But that's kind of the bonus of being a ground-based lord, guys, because all that time he spends on the ground, he's not taking damage. Over here, that one unit of Graveguard that was fighting the Dryads, it's going to break through, so that's going to be really unfortunate, guys. It's going to kind of put my Way Watchers out of position, and you can see that this unit of Blood Knights is still at half health, but it's going to allow me to pull back my Firebark Elders, and I do have the low Tricksters that are at full health. My opponent is running away, and I figure there's no sense chasing him, so I am eventually going to get Durthu back in a fight. But yeah, over here, guys, there it is, the Sword of Durthu, which also lowers armor, which is really good, so it's going to make these guys hit a lot better. So yeah, here comes Problete with his Hex Raves, and yeah, these guys do cause terror, which is another unfortunate thing. But yeah, you can see that the Way Watchers and the Deepwood Scouts are just still shooting these guys, even with these Graveguards are right on his tail. And you can see now the Firebark Elders are into the battle, and yeah, they're just gonna crush through these these Graveguard pretty quickly. Here in the front line, guys, you can see the Winterheart Guard is just such a good unit that they're unbreakable. I mean, literally fighting to the whole man. And you can see my opponent just doesn't really have a very good open spot. That's why he's just kind of circling around his cab, trying to find an opening. Pretty much anywhere I goes, I have a way of at least returning damage to him. Over here, you can see some of these Deepwood Scouts now are free to start firing again, and there's only probably 10 models there, 14 models, but it's gonna do a little bit of damage. So yeah, here comes the first volley of the magic damage. It's guaranteed damage since it's going to bypass their magical resist, and yeah, it's going to force my opponent to have to start chasing after them just since they're a big threat. And you can see these are the Way Watcher arrows, guys, just shooting into these Blood Knights. And yeah, if I could take out the Blood Knights, these Hex Rays won't be any problem. Over here, the Low Tricksters are going to decide to chase the Blood Knights. He's doing a really good job of splitting his cav forces. But yeah, I went with the ones that are closest to my archers, just because if I lose them, I'm going to be really screwed. Maybe not screwed, but it would just be really unfortunate. You are going to see that I'm going to cast the Impenetrable Pelt onto my Way Watchers, which is going to give them physical resist and speed. But yeah, Probate's going to get another zombie summon right on the top of him, but that's okay. You can see, guys, we kind of got Vlad here caught out. One-on-one, of course, Durthu's just going to spank him. Over here, the Firebark Elders are still fighting these Graveguard, but now, guys, we got a big mosh pit with Deepwood Scouts, Way Watchers, Loix Tricksters, a little bit of everybody just fighting. And yeah, we got some Blood Knights mixed in for good measures. But yeah, in the main infantry fight, guys, let's go ahead and slow it down one more time here so I can kind of see what's going on, though. My opponent is looking kind of weak. His front lines are getting a little bit beat up. He still has this nice glob of Stearnsmen in the Tithe, but yeah, Eternal Guards and these War Dancers are just going to chew through the remaining units. And over on this side, yeah, he's going to use the Terror of the Hex Raves to instantly just collapse this line, which is going to open up some Graveguards, 2 units of pretty much, really good health Graveguards. But over on this side, the Firebark Elders are going to come to assist. assist with their fire and magic damage. So it's also keeping his Hex Rays from joining the fight, just because these guys with their magic damage will do so good. And over here, guys, you can see that Vlad is down. He's down to probably 1/8 of his health. So let's go ahead and just start it back up here. You're going to see that now I'm going to start using Durthu to try to hit the Hex Rays, try to get them to crumble. And yeah, I mean, the War Dancers guys are fighting zombies, and this is what they excel at. I mean, if there's one role that these guys are good at, it's that. And yeah, the Fireberg Elders are just doing just as good. But unfortunately, my Archer units have been shut down, and you can see the floodgates of these Graveguards have opened up on the left flank, which is a little bit dicey. Now, I still got Durthu at almost complete health, so short of him healing up his Blood Knights, he really doesn't have a good answer for them, just because these Hex Rays won't even do a good job. Since he does do magic damage, he's going to get a nice, devastating charge into the back of those Eternal Guards. So now, guys, it's pretty much coming down into this center pocket. And you can see over here, these Grave Guards are crumbling, so they won't be alive much longer. And yeah, I am going to get Vladvar Kleinstein cut out of position, guys. He's going to get totally surrounded by the Firebarks and the Durthu, and now we'll be able to finally catch him. He's been like a slippery noodle this whole time, evading me. You can see that I got troops coming back from routing, which is good. It's good, but he still has this little pocket of Blood Knights and Hex Wraiths. But yeah, a couple more hits, and Vlad is going to go down, guys. So that's going to be a huge leadership debuff for my opponent. Here, the Loix Tricksters, Firebarks, pretty much all my units are just going to collide for the final battle here. And yeah, I mean, my opponent is really just kind of outclassed. I mean, yeah, he does have some infantry units, but I mean, we're just slowly and surely, every cav unit that he loses is just one more click of the balance of power for me. And you can see, yeah, Durthu's going to get a nice, juicy hit there. Loix Tricksters, if they're anti-large, and yeah, they're just not going to stay, these Hex Rays are just dropping like flies. You can see the couple Grave Guards going to go flying, guys, and my opponent has 5 more Blood Knights, and those things are so important. You can see right here the magic damage of the Dryads is also just doing so much damage to these Hex Wraiths, and they are a good pick, guys. But yeah, I mean, at this point, the die has been cast. You can see that I do have a couple of Eternal Guards that here were in the wrong place. My opponent's going to get a nice juicy charge on these guys, pretty much kill them all off. But I'm just going to decide to just kind of Death Star my units, just collapse everybody into a single ball. That's going to force him to come to me, and yeah, we just might as well just start getting rid of these Grave Guards. Over here, these units are about crumbling. These Grave Guards, he does have the Sternsmen, and they do have a lot of healing left on their healing cap, but they're fighting the Winterheart, which is going to do a little bit of damage to him. And over here you got some Eternal Guards that are going to be coming to assist as well. But yeah, my opponent's going to come back. I am going to brace for this charge, but yeah, it's still going to do a lot of damage. There just wasn't enough bodies to adequately stop the Hex Wraith. So yeah, my opponent is doing really good at the cycle charging, guys, but it is going to come down to army losses and be a victory for the Asari, for the Wood Elves. So let's go ahead and look at the in-screen breakdown and talk about some of the keys for my success. And good game to Problete if you do see this video. So, alright. So yeah, guys, obviously the way that we protected the back line was one of the number one ways I say that I won this engagement. He had 4 really powerful cav units, so if it wasn't for the way that I was able to keep the War Dancers in the back, to shred through zombie summons, block that one choke point with the Firebark Elders, and just having really smart decisions with the Loix Tricksters, not getting lured out too far from my army. As for Durthu, he's always a good pick. You saw that he was able just to pimp slap Vladvar Kleinstein, and just we were able just to hold the line, keep a defensive formation, and we were able to stop the aggression of the vampires. As for Problete's army, really good, a lot of good backline pressure. The Hex Wraiths were definitely surprised, but yeah, just the everything kind of just went as planned. So all right, guys, this is Atticus. This was a bonus video. I will do the Dark Elf one as I promised, and I will see you guys a little bit later today. All right, bye bye.